Alright, so here we are, it's 2017, and this is the fourth time that I have written a yearly review and also talked about how the year has gone and what I'm looking forward to in the following year. So this is the fourth one in the series, and if you're not on the page where the article is, then there's a link in the description. If you're watching this on the page, then welcome. You can watch the video, read the article, maybe do a little bit of both. I have to say, these are my favourite posts to write because it gives me the opportunity to look back at my year, think about all the good things I've done, and I just get so excited about talking about goals, looking at my goals, see if I'm actually achieving them, and then thinking about what I want to achieve for the following year. And that's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to look back at 2016 as an online teacher and talk about what goals I want to achieve next year. So my goals for last year were to double course sales, build a team, and grow my email list by 500%. So these are really ambitious goals. And we'll talk about whether I hit them in a moment, but first I'm going to talk about some of the highlights and some of the big things that happened in 2016. I think one of the biggest things for 2016 was the fact that I really started to focus on YouTube. So as an online teacher, there are many ways that you can market your lessons and to build an audience. Now, some of you might not want to even bother with videos at all, but for me, I love making videos. So I decided in spring to make a video every single day. And I didn't really set myself a challenge for how long this was going to last. I ended up doing this for 3 months, but I just got on a roll with videos and wanted to see how far I could take it. So what I actually did was, in that time, I just realized how important YouTube was, how much I enjoyed making videos, and I made this one of my new goals. And there's a little lesson here, and it's that you can change your goals. You know, you don't have to just continue doing what you set out to do. Your goals can be flexible, and in my case, this is what happened. I started the year out at 3,800 subscribers, and at the end of the year, I was at 21,500. So a big increase, and I'm really just starting to see a big community grow. In fact, I say that a lot. You know, I'm starting to see it really grow at the moment, but it just keeps growing and growing. I'm going to talk about what my goal is for this YouTube channel later on. Just so you don't get confused as well, I have 2 brands. I have the brand here for this blog, and I also have my brand for English learners. So the YouTube channel I was talking about was for learners. And I'll try and be very specific when I talk about numbers and relate them to the specific brand. Another big thing to happen in 2016 was live video. I'm sure you've seen these on your Facebook feed, now on Instagram, they're on Twitter, through Periscope, and other social media accounts. Now, Facebook introduced live video for everyone, I think in April. And this was a big thing because I was already going live very regularly on Periscope. But I knew when Facebook introduced this, I was going to do it. I was going to go all in on it. And I made 60 live lessons on this brand alone in 2016, and probably more for English learners. Now, I also went live a lot on YouTube. In fact, I went live about 3 times a week on YouTube as well. And I found it a little bit difficult when it came to striking the balance. You know, should I go live on Facebook? Should I upload that Facebook live video to YouTube? Or should I just go live on YouTube? You might have had these problems as well. It's just a matter of working out what's best for you and letting this evolve over time. One thing about live video, it is such a big procrastination killer. You know, when you're making a video, you can put off the recording. You can say, oh, I'll edit it later. Or you might have problems with editing and think, oh, I made some mistakes, I need to re-record it. And then you upload it, and then you make it public, and then you put a blog post about it. But with live video, you just say, okay, I'm going to go live in 2 hours, and I'm going to prepare for it, and then whatever comes out, comes out. And it's really raw, and also people appreciate live video because it's a different style of format. It's a different way for you to explain your ideas and to get across your lessons, and for your learners to just take in that content. So live video has been really important. I'm going to do it a lot more in 2017. I got a new office in the summer of 2016. It's kind of ironic because I'm not making this video there now, but I love it. I love this office that I got. I decided that I really needed one when I realised that my wife and my son were going to be at home for summer. And I needed space. I needed some quiet space where I could work and focus on work and also make videos. Now the reason I'm not doing this video there now is because my wife is sick, my son is having a nap, so this is the time that I can make a video at home. But this office has just been amazing. It's one of the best investments I've made in my business. I've got this great room, great small room. You can see a picture on the post. Everything I need is there. There's a kitchenette, a meeting room, a balcony. It's in the middle of downtown. I can park just outside it. It's just fantastic. It's changed a lot. And when I'm there, I'm just super focused on work. And then when I come home after a day at the office, I just put my phone aside and concentrate on my family. So it's really helped me separate work and play, work and family, and just to get that balance between those two. I've bought quite a lot of stuff this year as well, including the camera that I'm recording this video on. In fact, I bought 2 cameras this year because I bought the camera that was before this one, and then when it was upgraded, I decided to go for it because it allows, I'm not going to get too technical, but it allows for steady video when you're walking around, and that's something that I want to do with my videos. I've also bought a microphone support for my office, a desk monopod for my camera. It just sits on the desk like a little tripod, but it's a monopod, I guess. Final Cut Pro X, so I can edit movies. One of those flexible tripods so I can walk around. Acoustic panels, which I now use for napping in my office. There's a picture in the article. And I wrote here other tidbits. In addition to that, I also signed up for new software, including UpViral, which allows me to create competitions. There are links to UpViral in the blog post. Samcart, which is checkout software. That has been a huge change to the way I sell courses for my business, and I really love this software. And I also got some email management software as well called Close. Really like it. It allows me to stay on top of my emails in a simple way and also follow up on emails that I've already sent. In the article, I also have this section. I can't read it, it's backwards. What I've been thinking about learning this year. So these are just some things that I've learned. The main thing is, I've really been thinking about the hustle versus lifestyle business, and I made a video on this before. The idea here is, so you'll hear some people say, work harder, hustle, work in the evenings, work on the weekends, work over the holiday period. And then other people say, take it easy, create a lifestyle business, create a business that works for you. Now, my own personal take on this is when you're first starting out, and if you want to grow quickly, then you need to hustle. Yes, there are some people who just get everything perfect and work, 10 hours a week. But for the majority of people, you need to work at it to improve and just to grow your brand. But once you have things rolling along, once you've been doing this for a while and you've gained some momentum, then yes, you can create a lifestyle business. Now, I've had to create a lifestyle business, or it's been more lifestyle for me over the past few months, just due to our circumstances. My son is at school 3 days a week. We've just had another baby who's now 3 months old. So I've had to spend a lot more time at home, for example, today. So I've had to think about ways that I can grow my business while spending less time on it. And that's been challenging, but things are still looking good. The numbers are still going up. I've also been thinking about goals and thinking bigger and being obsessed with something. Because a lot of the time people say, don't be obsessed. If you're obsessed, then it's going to hurt different things. But if you want to do something really, really big, then you're going to have to be obsessed with it. There's going to have that element of obsession for you to actually grow into it, for you to achieve what you want to achieve. So for me this year, it's been YouTube. It's been growing those subscribers. I look at those numbers every day and I think about how can I grow these subscribers, and it's working. But obviously I'd like to spend more time on it. But again, more lifestyle at the moment. Let's talk about the sexy part of this now and whether I achieved my goals that I set out for 2016. So double course sales, they grew by 65%. So obviously this is not doubling it, but it was quite ambitious to double what I was bringing in back in 2015. And growing it by 65% has been very positive. Now, if you think about it, if this continues growing by 65% or conservatively 50% over the next 10 years, I can't work this out, but basically that's going to be a very healthy number. I also set out to build a team, and in spring and summer, I had a bunch of people doing work for me. I had someone doing artwork, someone doing copywriting, I had a few teachers who were writing materials for me. But the artwork died out because I had all these templates that my designer designed for me, and it takes me like 15 seconds to update them for a new lesson or a new video. The people who created resources for me, they just dropped off, they dropped away, they went traveling and did other things. And I've not really needed a copywriter for a while. Now, when I'm thinking about building a team now, I'm actually changing my mindset, because I was looking at outsourcing and looking at ways that I could, hire different people from all over the world. But I think my ultimate goal, and this could be achieved by the end of the year, the end of 2017, is to bring someone in full time. To have someone where I live, in an office space where I work, and they're working for me full time. And I just feel like I can get a lot more out of that. And for me, it's a little bit more exciting too, to actually have someone there, physically there, even though we're doing online work. So that's something I'm looking at and starting to look at for this year. Finally, my other goal was to grow my email list by 500%. So I started the year with 10,000 subscribers. I now have 38,000 subscribers over the two brands. So that's a 380% increase. Now, I have deleted a lot of people. If you are someone who hasn't opened my emails for a while and you're not getting my emails, that's because I probably deleted you. So taking that into account, it's more or less there. I work it out to be about 420%, which is fantastic. I've grown that email list and it just keeps growing. Now, interestingly, I'm recording this video on January 2nd, and already I've added 1,000 subscribers in the first 2 days. One of my books that I offer went viral, people shared it, and it just keeps on going and going and going. So that's because I've set up these systems. I've set up different systems so that it makes it easy for people to sign up to my email list. Okay, so I'm really happy with this, and already in 2017 I've added 1,000 subscribers. It's incredible. Let's talk about goals for 2017 now. Okay, so I'm keeping it simple again by having 3 goals. I'm also going to add a couple of personal goals too. But my first goal is to create a new product for English learners. I already have something called the To Fluency program, and something that I haven't really promoted that much in 2016. The figures have been good, but I just haven't really pushed it because at the back of my mind I've been thinking about creating something new. Now, I almost did this in March, I think, last year, where I was going to create a subscription program, but I was a little bit worried about sustaining it. However, my goal for this year is to create a recurring subscription type program for English learners. And I might just keep this simple, I might go all in, I'm not quite sure yet. But the goal is to get something up there probably by springtime. Another goal is to grow my online following of entrepreneurs, English teachers, foreign language teachers, anyone who, watches these types of videos. Because the majority of my subscribers are English learners, and I want to grow this brand. So I want to go from 10,000 subscribers to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And finally, the big one is this. I want to take my YouTube channel to fluency from 21,000 subscribers to over 200,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So I just feel once I get to that level, things are just going to be fantastic. Once you get a huge YouTube channel, what you're doing is you're reaching a stage where things are self-perpetuating. I was trying to think of that word when I was saying that whole sentence. Hopefully that's right. But basically, when you share a video, when you make a video, because you've got so many subscribers, let's say 20,000 people watch it, they're going to share it, they're going to like it, and more people are going to find you. And this is just one of these systems that you put in place that the bigger it gets, the bigger it gets. So I feel that this is my big goal. It's scary, it makes me feel excited, but I also feel if I really make it my obsession, I'm going to get there. So it's going to be interesting to see what this figure is by the end of the year, and I'll keep you updated throughout the year too. Okay, now a couple of personal goals. Wasn't going to share these, but they're not really a big deal. Firstly, I put on some weight in 2016. Apparently this is what everyone does when they hit their 30s, and I want to get in the best shape of my life this year. I've already lost a few pounds over the last 10 days or so by doing intermittent fasting. I won't bore you with the details, just look it up if you're interested in health and fitness. But I'm also looking at diet and exercise, but finding a way to make it part of my schedule and finding a way to make it sustainable. You know, because a lot of people set out to do 2 hours a day or an hour a day exercise, maybe more, and they can't sustain it. So I've been doing research, I've taken a few programs recently, and I feel really good about it. I feel really good about this. And another personal goal is to learn French. This isn't an obsession, this isn't one that, this might die off throughout the year, but my goal is to make steady progress over the next 12 months and then see where I can go from there. So I feel reaching a B1 level, a pre-intermediate or intermediate level, is something that's attainable over a year. I learnt French at school, but if anyone else learnt French at a school in the UK, you'll know that means nothing once you're 34. I've taken a pronunciation course in the past, so I feel I was going to give you an example, but I feel my pronunciation is okay. And then, yeah, I'm just excited about doing this, but without being completely obsessed with it. Anyway, I've rambled on for long enough now. I hope you've got a lot out of this video. Please check the description if you're watching on YouTube to read the post and to get some links that I leave there, especially links on email marketing and other guidelines to help you build your teaching business or whatever business you're creating. And then please leave a comment and let me know what your goals were for 2016, if you hit those goals, and what your main goal is for 2017. So thank you for watching this. Please share it with anyone who would find it useful. And if you haven't done so already, get my free guide. It's 15 amazing tools and resources for online teachers. And I just give you some great resources and tools that you can use if you want to build a teaching business. So thank you so much for watching. Speak to you soon.